Alright guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I know it has been a really long time coming, but I wanted to finally jump on and film some more content for you guys and update you about what's been going on in my life. Things have changed a lot since I last filmed a video, but I'm super excited to get back into it. As you can see, my surrounds are different. I've moved states. I'm back in Queensland now. I am actually prepping at the moment for my pro show. Things have been crazy with business, and there's just been so much going on in the world in general. This year has been wild. So it is time, it's well and truly time for me to jump back on to update you all, and I guess to take you along my journey once again. I really like doing my YouTube channel when I'm prepping as well. I really like doing my prep series, because then I get to share my journey, my experiences with you as well, and I know that you guys really love them too. So first up is breakfast, and then I'm gonna sit down and update you all about the move, my pro show, just life in general. There's a lot to update you on. So I'm going to show you my full day of eating, what I eat in a day when eating 2,700 calories, and just so you guys do know, I am at the moment 14 weeks out from my pro show as well, but I'll touch on that after breakfast. I'm stuck here in my skin. I'm stuck with you. Join me on the lounge for my little life update. So we're quite cozy on the lounge today because it is very rainy outside now. But I thought I would quickly jump into a life update. There's a few things I want to talk about before just jumping into the next few weeks. The first one being I have moved. So this is all new. I am in a brand new house. Well, it's not a new house, but I am in a new home. I'm now on the Gold Coast. So last time I filmed a video at the start of the year, I was still in Sydney. So I'm originally from Brisbane, for those of you who didn't know, and about 4.5 years ago, we moved to Sydney. My partner and I, Kyle, we moved to Sydney and lived there for about 4 years, and it was kind of always a plan to eventually come back to Queensland, but I've always wanted to live on the Gold Coast because I wanted the same kind of like beach lifestyle, but to be able to be in Queensland. I love Queensland, and to be closer to family as well here too. So I absolutely love it. It is rainy today, but it has been so nice because it has been winter. It does not even feel like winter. Like compared to Sydney, it feels like summer still, generally. It's a little bit cold today and it's raining and miserable, and it's not even that bad still. So anyway, getting off topic. I'm living on the Gold Coast now, finally. There was it's been a bit crazy because of COVID and everything else going on in the world at the moment. So my sister was actually pregnant throughout COVID when that all kind of happened, and I'm really close with her. So it was kind of a really quick decision that I made in terms of moving home, and moving home earlier than when our lease in Sydney ran out. And that was because the borders were closing, and I didn't really want to be stuck in New South Wales when my sister was due to give birth, like really soon. And of course I wanted to be there for her, and also so I could meet my niece. So yeah, that is one of the main reasons why we moved the move forward, but it was always a plan to move back to the Gold Coast, and I loved Sydney, I really did. But after 4 years, I was ready for a change again, and I've always wanted to live on the Gold Coast. So I'm so excited to be here. I'm so happy here. Now, during this whole move and all of this like craziness, obviously being a business owner, small business owner, and my partner Kyle also running his own business, it has been a really stressful time. I'm not going to lie. It has been quite stressful, but you know, we've made it through. Everyone's kind of in the same boat, and it's just been working through everything and making sure everyone's safe, obviously being the #1 priority, and you know, just adapting to our current environment and circumstances. So a lot of this time I've been focusing on myself, focusing on my mental health, focusing on my business massively, because you know, things were changing, especially at the beginning with COVID, changing daily. I mean, they still are. Down in Melbourne, they're back into their second lockdown. I've got family down in Melbourne as well, and a lot of clients too, so it's still very hectic. There's still a lot going on. But for the most part, I suppose we've adapted pretty well in what we're doing. And the other thing is, or that I needed to, I guess, update you on, would be my competition prep. So I decided maybe about 2 months ago, I decided that I was going to do the WBFF Pro Show, or the Pro Amateur Show, which is on the Gold Coast here, which is handy, obviously, in October. So it then, because of everything going on, got moved to November the 7th, and at the moment it is still definitely on for the 7th of November at the casino on the Gold Coast. So I'm currently in prep for that, and I have been for about the last 10 weeks. I started my prep at about 24 weeks out, I believe, 22 weeks, maybe 24 weeks. And I have been still in a surplus and getting back into the gym, of course, once they opened. You know, trying to rebuild my strength, building up my calories, trying to put on muscle mass, and trying to really build my calories as high as possible, because this show is going to be my very first pro show. So to be honest with you, I was a little bit nervous about, you know, I guess committing to this. Also, I think what I was most nervous about is that I know what I need to do in order to beat my best package on stage. And because of the circumstances surrounding everything that's been going on, and me not being able to do my build and losing a lot of muscle mass during COVID, although I was still active and everything like that, it definitely wasn't ideal and optimal. And I really like to step on stage knowing that I had improved and done all that I could to improve on my physique from last time. So I guess for me that was a bit of a mental barrier to overcome with deciding to compete. Obviously going to give it my 100%, but just with so many, I guess, circumstances changing all the time, all you can do is your very best, and that's all I'm going to do here. So I'm super excited to be competing. I have been doing my training, doing my nutrition, my posing, getting everything ready for this show. It is going to be really exciting. And it's also amazing to have some goals to work towards, especially throughout this whole COVID thing. I've found it's kept me really focused and really motivated and driven to have specific goals to be working towards. So I think it's really important, even if it's not competing, but during this time, to have goals for yourself to keep you feeling motivated and to keep you focused on achieving a specific goal as well. But in saying that, that's not for everyone. Some people right now are just spending the time trying to make it through isolation, just trying to get by and having a lot more self-care. And to be honest, that is okay as well. So there's not one way is better. So with this prep, I have been coached by Mark Carroll once again. So I've been doing my prep with him since about 10 weeks ago. We're now 14 weeks out on Saturday. It'll be 13 weeks out, and this whole time I've been building my calories. So I believe we started around 2,300, and for the last month or so we've been at 2,700 calories, which is what I'm on right now. And let you know, eating that much food consistently, like not one night out or like a few nights out eating out, but consistently eating 2,700 calories, that's like a lot of food, especially when you're making it yourself and it's a lot of whole foods and still nutrient dense foods too, a lot of carbs. Then your gal's been full, but I'm not complaining. It has been really good to build. So the goal so far has been to put on muscle mass, to recomp, and we've been slowly increasing my calories as I have mentioned. So 2,700 calories, and just weight training 5 times a week. So I've been really focusing on trying to build my lower body and my glutes, which is, I guess, where I really struggle with. So trying to bring up and focus on my weak points. My upper body and the rest of me kind of comes in well, especially for bikini, which is the division that I am competing in. So I've been focusing on hitting 3 lower body sessions per week and 2 upper body sessions per week. And I have been having 2 full rest days per week as well. So in terms of my training and nutrition, it's all pretty straightforward. It's pretty simple at the moment. 5 days of training per week, no cardio. My steps, I've been keeping quite low, around 6,000 steps per day. The last month before this, it has been even less than that. I've just had them really quite low, as I know that that's what works for me, because then when I come into my dieting phase, I will start to really amp them up to really help me push my calorie expenditure part of the energy balance equation up without necessarily putting my calories down. So I actually start my diet on Monday. I'm actually so excited because I never thought I would say this, but I've been eating so much food for so long, consistently every single day. It is at times really felt like a chore, especially like I mentioned, because it is whole foods and it's not like I'm eating pizza and eating out all the time. I've still been eating, you know, quite nutrient dense food, making sure that I'm still getting my nutrients in and hitting my macros. But as you'll see in this vlog, I've also been introducing some fun foods, because to be honest, it's been hard to ensure that I hit it every single day. So at the end of this, I have planned out my day of food already, but so weird, and you're probably gonna find this so weird, but I have been getting those Yogo chocolate flips, which have the like little chocolate pieces in it. And that's just been so good. So I've been incorporating them at the moment, which is something like I wouldn't usually do all the time. But I've just had this little obsession with them at the moment. So a little bit of a fun fact. But for the most part, you'll see even today that my food stays similar. I'm just having bigger portion sizes. So for my rice meals and my rice dishes, I'll be having 125 to, generally a bigger serving would be about 150 grams of rice with those meals. Same with my oats in my protein pancake mix. I use 60 grams there, but you can also use 40 grams, for example, when you're making protein pancakes. So there's just little tweaks that I add more of certain foods to. You'll also notice I'll be having like my beans on toast. And then as I get closer to stage and my calories start dropping, I make little food swaps, which I totally love to embrace, because I generally get over having that same breakfast after a while. So for example, as I go low on my calories, you will see through my vlogs as well that I will probably opt for my breakfast to be lower calorie. So it might be eggs, egg whites, and veggies. So like a vegetable scrambled eggs and no carbs. And I might put avocado with that. So starting my morning with more proteins and fats, and then having more carbs in the afternoon or the nighttime when I know that I get really hungry. So then I usually like to have my protein oats before bed as well. These are just little things that I've noticed that I do just naturally during a prep, and the way that I like to, I guess, fill my calories to keep me satiated. So even when I do start dieting, I know how to kind of tweak my food options and when I'm going to eat them that suits me for keeping me satiated throughout the day. So everyone's going to be different with this, but that's also why I wanted to vlog at 14 weeks out, unlike my last prep series when I only started vlogging at 4 weeks out, to show you the differences between what I'm eating and what I'm doing now, 14 or between 20 and 14 weeks out, and what I'll be doing from 13 and under weeks out, which is where things will really start to amp up for me, especially in terms of training volume, training frequency. I'll probably add another upper body day in there as well, so I'll be training 6 days a week. Cardio will be added as we get closer as well, and my step goal is going to increase as of next week. And I did just get my email from Mark for my calories for my diet. So we're starting a pretty big drop actually. We are starting on 1930 calories. So I've been eating 2,690 calories, so pretty much 2,700 calories. And now we're going to go all the way down to 1930. So I'm super excited to, I guess, see some changes finally. You know, with building, it's really long-term game. It takes a lot longer to build and to notice changes when you're building and to actually build muscle mass than it does when you're dieting. You can see changes quite quickly when you're dieting after just a few weeks, whereas when you're building, it's really months until you really make noticeable changes within your body. But I'm really happy with how this build has gone. I've put on, I believe, 4 kilos since I I guess since 10 weeks ago. Yeah, I've put on 4 kilos since 8 to 10 weeks ago when I first started this proper build phase here, which is super exciting for me because I do really struggle to put on weight. And like I mentioned, it has been pushing myself to that point of being uncomfortably full frequently. Even it's been stopping me from sleeping. Just to give you like a bit of background, I'm not complaining at all about food, but it's been super interesting for me to see the other side of, I guess, eating in a surplus for a longer period of time and eating in quite an aggressive surplus, because I've been trying to fit in my last meals even at like 11 p.m. And having to opt for less nutrient dense foods like the yogo that aren't going to keep me feeling full, because I need to fit more food in. So now that we're dieting, or soon when we start dieting next week, I'm going to then be swapping over to more nutrient dense, more satiating foods. So it's been really interesting to see the other side of the scale as well, to eating and opting for, you know, I have been opting to have more chocolate or yogos just to get me over that line, adding more chocolate into my oats and trying not to have heaps of like really high fibrous and really nutrient dense foods, because that's what's been keeping me feeling really full and struggling to hit my high calorie mark. So anyway, I hope that you guys enjoy this video. I am probably gonna leave it there because I just wanna keep this video quite short. I've updated you on my move, what's been going on with like COVID, living on the Gold Coast, and also my prep. But if you guys want to see anything in this prep series, then please leave a comment below, because I'm super excited to bring you along this journey and to start filming earlier. So we'll be 13 weeks out on Saturday, and I will be able to show you so much more of the prep and this journey to the pro stage, which I am so excited about. So anyway, that is enough rambling from me. I'm going to go and chain legs, and I will film the rest of my day of eating, and I'll just put it at the end of this video. So I'm going to wrap this up here, but I hope you enjoy my what I eat in a day when eating 2,700 calories 14 weeks out from the stage, and I'll see you guys in my next video.